Hello everybody and welcome back to Football Manager 2023. It's episode number 67 of my European Journeyman save, where we're aiming to win the top tier division in each of the European nations in the games. 33 in total, currently in our 7th nation, which is Slovenia. We are the manager of Aluminij, and we're doing quite well. I believe it's our 3rd season here. I've kind of lost track of where we've been. We've been here since 2038, December 2038, so just over 3 years, and we're doing pretty well. It's been a good season, and we'll have a quick run through what we've done since you were last with us. Of course, last time you were here was the 4-0 win over Domžale. Financially, the club's in a very, very good position. We're 3.4 million in the black. We're underneath the wage budget. We've got $500,000 transfer budget. We've just had a transfer window close. We didn't sign anybody, not this time around. There's a few players leaving. Villarreal is leaving when his contract expires, as is Nathan Bartley. There've been fringe players this season. The big out was Yuri Mavric. Juventus met his release clause that was in his contract. So obviously nothing I could do to stop that. He's in the under-23 squad, as you'd expect. He's not Juventus quality, is he? Almost £1 million in the bank, and he's almost our most expensive out in our save. We're now 20 years into our save, and he's almost there as the first £1 million sale. We're yet to spend £1 million on a player. I think Sergio Castro might actually hold the record for the highest transfer fee that we've paid at 300k, which tells you something about the leagues that we've managed in so far. But anyway, since you were last here, it was that 4-0 win over Domžale, and you can see that it is just a sea of green. We are on one hell of a winning streak. September and October were poor. We've had November and December, which are fantastic. We've then had the winter break, which I was a little bit worried about, especially after we picked up form. But this was like I was saying in the last episode, where I fiddle with a tactic and it just doesn't work. This is where I reloaded the tactic, and it's worked for us. I don't know what it is, but it's worked. But after the last game you were here, we've took on Rogaška. They are currently sat bottom of the league. It was a nice, comfortable 4-0 win at home. Zek, Chelis and Poby with the goals for us. Horvat and Farfar did get one back, a couple back late on for Rogaška, and it was a very, very close game, to be honest. But their XG is probably inflated by the fact that their second goal was a penalty, but it was a thoroughly deserved win. After that, it was Bravo, a 3-0 win, which again was fantastic. Mario Luckman with a double and Chelis on the score sheet again. We did score these two goals very, very late on, but we didn't concede a single shot on target, so we did deserve to win that game. We then had the Cup. We finally made it past the second round of the Slovenian Cup. We took on Ruda Velenje, a 4-0 win in this one. Castro bagged himself a hat-trick. Mladenovic got himself one as well. Tabor Shazanza, 6 goals scored past them. Jaman with a double, Castro, Chelis with a double, and Nathan Bartley getting a rare game, scored one as well. Again, another game which we did deserve to win. This was after going 1-0 down as well to Anthony Cago, but a fantastic performance to score the 6. Olympia were next, a close game this one. Jaman scored the goal in the 3rd minute, and that was it. I say it's a close game. If you have a look at the XG, it wasn't a close game. Another deserved win. I'm surprised it was only the one, to be honest. But I'll take it. Winning is winning. Gorica were next up. Now, they are the surprise package of the Slovenian First League here. They currently find themselves in the European places, believe it or not. But Rokjek with a double and Aldair Chelis with another one. Rokjek picking up the man of the match. Another game in which we absolutely dominated, which was absolutely fantastic. And now finally we got one over on Maribor. Now this is probably what's going to decide the title. I would have thought the games against Maribor. But Sergio Castro with a double, Jaman with one as well. Jean Vega Lau did get one for Maribor. He always seems to score against us, but Kolarich got himself sent off on the stroke of half-time, which only helped our cause. And you can see again by the XG and the amount of chances created and stuff like that we deserved the win, really. It was a really, really good performance. Followed that up against Mura at 2-0. We've had a lot of clean sheets, which has helped us. German and Aldair Chelis with the goals either end of the game. Again, another game which we played really, really well in. Then we had the winter break, and I didn't really want the winter break after having such a good run of form. I thought it might derail us just a little bit, but we came back. We've picked up 3 wins in the friendlies without conceding a goal, which was great. Copa, the team in third place, now as I've predicted, they have fallen off the pace to ourselves and Maribor, but Chelis got the goal in injury time at the end of the first half. Another game which we deserved to win. We only allowed 1 shot on target, and Halili, you can see there, somehow he's got the man of the match despite only actually facing 1 shot on target all game. But a nice 1-0 win there. Bravo were next up, a comfortable 3-1 win in this one. German and Aldair Chelis with the goals again. An XG of 4. We absolutely dominated the game. I believe we've missed a penalty again. Yeah, Mladenovic missed the penalty. Penalties have been something of a struggle for us again here this season. We do miss a lot of them for some reason, but Stoichel up top for them had an absolute shocking game. They've only had the 3 shots on target. One of them went in, which ended that little run of clean sheets that we had. Rogashka again, we're up next. A 4-0 win in this one away from home. German with a double. Mohamed Obeid finally scored a penalty, and then Aldair Chelis with another one. Again, we've not conceded any shots on target, so defensively we're doing very, very well as a team. And then most recently I've taken on Domžale, another clean sheet. 3-0 win. German and Chelis, the 2 goal scorers again. A sea of greens in the match ratings, which is exactly what you want to see as a manager. But we've had 3 shots on target and they've all gone in. So a good performance. And that leaves us here in the league. Maribor have been in good form themselves. We currently sit 1 point clear of them after they've drawn their most recent game. We've been sort of trading first and second because they're still in Europe. So we've been playing our game. They've been playing it the day later or something like that because of their European commitments. So we've been going top. The Maribor have been playing. They've been going back top. But they've just drawn a game. Surprisingly, they've drawn a game. I think they were at home for it as well. They've drawn 0-0 with Copa, which has done us a favour. Obviously, at the same time, we beat Domžale 3-0. Goal difference-wise as well, we're ahead. We've got the best goals scored record in the division, and for once, we're second best in goals conceded, which is what's helping us. It's very rare that we don't concede very many goals. It's quite a rarity. But I think we're doing really, really well in terms of the league. In fact, if you have a look at it, you can see, where is it? Is it team detailed? If you have a look at like the wages that have been spent and net transfer spend for Maribor, we're 9th in terms of net transfer spend. They've spent all the money. In terms of wages as well, Maribor 3.7 million. We're down in 7th, under $1 million. In terms of wages. So I think the fact that we're doing so well in the league is absolutely fantastic. The board lovers, we've got some good players at the club. Chelis is now valued quite highly as well, which is great. Like I say, the board lovers, a rating of A-. The supporters, for some reason, though, is still C+. They want us to play direct football, which they're only satisfied with. I've never played direct football. I play high-tempo pressing football. And the board like it, so that's good. We're on course to meet all of our targets. The stadium, it used to tell you used to have little bars down here that told you the progress of stuff. I don't know if you still get them anymore. I've not really looked. I've not really looked in Football Manager 23 really, because it's more of a. Oh, there we go. It's right there. But that's more of something you do in like a Build the Nation sort of save where you stay at one club, not in a journeyman save. So I've not really paid too much attention to it, but it is due to be completed in 2 months. So today's opponents are Olympia, who currently find themselves in 5th position in the table. If we just get the table back up, they're currently sat in 5th, just behind Gorica, so they'll obviously want to get themselves back ahead of Gorica. Like I say, they are the surprise package so far of the table. Hopefully Maribor drops some more points against Gorica. That would be fantastic, give us a little bit of a cushion. But in terms of actually winning the league, it's that game there and that game there that I feel are going to be the deciders Wouldn't it be great if we beat them by 2 points at the end of the season? A little bit of revenge for last season. But we've got to get there first, and we need to start off today with the win against Olympia. And this is the starting lineup that we're going to go with for today. It's going to be Halili in goal with Vargas, Reuter, Dongu Tasanu and Stojanovic as the back four. Mohamed Obeid and Jevremovic as the two central midfielders, Lukman and Castro as the two wingers, and Chelis and Jaman up front. Now Chelis, I originally signed him as an inverted winger on the right hand side, but he's actually much better as a striker, and he's done fantastically well with 15 goals in 19 appearances. So he's up there, which does relegate Alvaro Agotti to the bench. He's not really played too much football for us this season. He hasn't complained about it though, despite the fact he's an important player. But I bet if I looked at his happiness, it doesn't actually say. Doesn't have a strong opinion about his playing time at present. So that's good. It means he's not unhappy. We have had some players who have left, who have been unhappy. The likes of Rodic, he was unhappy, so we sold him to Tom Jali. I think I've already gone over Rodic. But the big one was Yuri Mavric. He was nice, little bit of rotation to have. But I can't do anything about his release clause. So this is the starting lineup for today. Hopefully we can pick up the result against Olympia to keep this fantastic run of form that we've got going. We've hit a real purple patch this season, and it seems to be, like I say, since I've loaded the tactic again. I don't know what the crack is with that. It's just something that I've noticed over the seasons so far in Football Manager 23. If I start to have a little bit of bad run, I just load the tactic again. And it seems to fix itself, and we go on a decent run. But it's no more than what we needed this season. It did look like Maribor were finding their stride, and indeed they have found their stride. Both teams have been winning consistently week in, week out. It's only the last game that Maribor have become the first one of us to drop points, which has obviously helped, and obviously the fact that we beat them as well did help. But this has been a very quiet first half, hasn't it? We've not had a single highlight. It's took us half an hour, and it's Vargas with a throw-in, finds Chelis. Vargas again into Obeid. Jevremovic back to Obeid. He's got Reuter next to him, finds Vargas again. Have we got the ball over the top? And we're going to make a run. Castro heads it on, but it's well cut out by the Olympian man. He spreads the play out to the right to Gravala. Gravala, well, stood up by Stojanovic. Lukman's pinched the ball off there. We've got a counter-attack on here. The man tried to bring him down, but Lukman kept going. Finds Jaman. Jaman with his 20th goal of the season. He is the league's top goal scorer, is the Spaniard. He's had a fantastic season in front of goal. And on the stroke of half an hour, we've taken the lead. Great work by Lukman. Wins the ball back initially. His man tried to foul him, but Lukman carried on. Finds Jaman, and it's a great finish past the goalkeeper. To give us that 1-0 lead, as Maribor are still drawing with Gorica. Hopefully Gorica can do us a big favour here and at least pick up a draw. That would give us a nice little 3-point cushion at the top. As Olympia look to get themselves back into the game, but Dongu Tasanu wins the header. Korosek finds Kachetti on the left-hand side, plays the ball forward into Bidney. Good tackle by Vargas though, but the Bidney still with the ball, cuts inside, gets the ball into the box towards Balazic. And Andrei Balazic does score the equaliser for Olympia, approaching half-time, and that's a little bit of a kick in the teeth. It's the first goal we conceded for a couple of games, as Maribor themselves have also taken the lead. Jaman, Gravala, back to the goalkeeper, Knez. Knez goes long. Dongu Tasanu should be comfortably underneath this one. He volleys it back forward towards Castro. Castro nods it on. Defender gets there though. Chelis looking for Jaman. Jaman's in again. Is that going to count? Was he onside? Hopefully that was his 21st goal of the season. That would be nice to go ahead right on the stroke of half time again. It looks like it has been allowed. Still says checking a decision there, but the fact we've got the replay already. Chelis nodded it on. Yeah, he's miles onside. Miles onside, Football Manager. Why did we need VAR for that? So in at half time, Jaman with both the goals, we are comfortably the better team in this game. It would just be nice to get another goal, so in case we concede again, the little bit of a cushion for us would be fantastic. As we're trying to play the way out of defence here, Obeid looks along towards Chelis. Chelis brings it down. It's 2-on-2 here. Feeds the ball out to the goal scorer in Jaman. Jaman's got a runner ahead of him. He looks for Lukman, finds Lukman. Lukman skipped past his man to make it 3. He's hit the post. It's hit the post and the ball's hacked away by the defender. It was good play there again. by the boys in red, the Aluminij front four combining really, really well. Castro's not having the best of games, but we one of the things that we've had, obviously, with all the players that we've let go to try and shore up the finances at the club, is we're a little bit short on squad depth, unfortunately. You know, I'd rather have a financially stable club, which we can build for the future if we're still here. Of course, we might not be here at the end of this season. Looking at the league table as things are, we could be over in Slovakia. But I'd like to have the finances in the bank. But we're approaching the end of the game now. It is still the 2-1 to Aluminij. Hopefully we can hold on. It doesn't look like Olympia are offering anything going forward. And that is the full-time whistle. 2-1 win. Jaman with both the goals. Maribor did win 2-0 as well. So they stick to just the 1 point behind us. Unfortunately for us, it would be nice to get a little bit of a breathing, a gap to them. Obviously, the games against Maribor are going to be absolutely massive. But we're now 10 points clear of third place as a top two. It is very much a two-horse race in the title. We've got 12 games remaining. Of course, a lot can happen in that time, but hopefully we can continue the run of form that we've been on. 13 straight wins, including one over Maribor, which is absolutely fantastic. But in fact, that's since you were last here, 13 wins in a row. So you're bookending the winning streak, which is great. Like I say, though, 1 point clear at the top. I don't know what I've pressed there, but 1 point clear at the top. Better goal difference. A lot of football still to play. Hopefully we can do it, because we're a little bit stuck in Slovenia. We've been here a bit too long for my liking, and I'd like to get us out of here and get us over to Slovakia, which, by the way, Slovakia looks like it's got another dominant team in Slovan Bratislava. They're currently 8 points clear of the top, although they're not too dominant. Zelenia are in there, Dunstreda as well, but Slovan Bratislava are probably the best team in Slovakia, but their competition reputation is much, much higher than anything we've played in before, so that could only be a good thing. If we just have a look at the quality of player at Slovan Bratislava, he as a left back, if we compare him to our left back in Stojanovic, he's much, much better. So hopefully we're going to get some actual decent footballers when we get to Slovakia, although toppling the likes of Slovan Bratislava is going to be pretty difficult. They sort of seem to be the team who keep coming back and winning the league throughout the years. But that's obviously for future. We've got to get Slovenia ticked off first. But guys, thank you for being here. Please remember to hit that thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button as well. Like I've always said, it does help me out. It helps me to grow, and it keeps me motivated watching the growth. You know, it keeps me motivated to keep doing more. But yeah, guys, thanks for being here, and I'll see you all in the next episode.